every ailment there is. You can't be worrying about that, because if we can keep worrying about the trouble that the masses are in, we never cultivate anything among ourselves to get to the higher level in which the masses gonna be a part of. Because ultimately, all this shit got to be destroyed. This shit is over.
I am inevitable.
Yo, what up, y'all? Welcome to Night Day Metaphysics.
Yeah,
let's get it.
Celebrity worship, man.
Some
Celebrity
more
worship.
spells and broadcasters, man.
Right.
Spells and broadcasting.
Are we under a spell?
Because, yeah.
Let's just start with that question. Are we under a spell? All of us.
We're being our minds is an attack on the minds of the masses.
Are we under a spell?
There's a certain agenda being set, that's the setup that they want us all to follow, to program our minds to accept whatever agenda they want to push across.
Bro,
so now
I gotta send you this real quick, because this is what we're saying. I gotta send you something real quick.
Are the tool for that being, implemented on the world stage? They're being used as a tool to push the agenda. Now, they're only going to work in the basically in the minds of how the corporations want to run this shit. So we gotta basically being as though we on the opposite of that. You know what I'm saying? We have to figure this shit out and what type of moves they're trying to make against us, so we can be able to counter. Because when them motherfuckers zig, we gonna go zag. We going the other way. Simple and plain.
Right.
Spells and broadcasters, man. So now they're able to broadcast to millions of people at one time. That's why the algorithm is so important to control the narrative. So the stories that you see that be trending, that be on top, them shits is strategically put there. That shit is strategically done.
It's a sophisticated program to get us, basically get our minds and our energy into the system, and basically whatever they want to feed us, we consume it. I mean, and then these celebrities, they're magicians, but they're also puppets. So they're the puppets of magicians, but the puppets itself is still a magician. Because while you're focused on a celebrity, you got a magician over there doing something else. And when we say focus on a celebrity, we mean literally worship. Could you please pull that Exhibit A that I just sent you up?
Because
could I just pull that up real quick? That's just quick Exhibit A.
We already know Hollywood is the magic wand. Even the name Hollywood itself stand for the holy staff made from the holly tree. We already know them motherfuckers specialize in musician. That's how the TV was invented. So they was able to broadcast to millions of people through the TV and radio. And this shit is strategically put there. The agenda is strategically pushed through all these corporations, media. All right, hold on. Let me pull this up. And we still... Hold on, let me pull this up.
And the thing is, the celebrity worship is on another level. It's like people actually go into like an altered state to worship a celebrity. Because I've seen it. I've seen people around celebrities. I've seen people how they are around regular people. And then I realized it's like a whole alter ego switch up when they around a celebrity. It's like the spell that the celebrity have on the individual is very powerful.
That's why it's called a casting couch.
Right. And that's why it's called broadcasting, because you're casting a spell.
Casting a spell.
Broadly. A broad spell. But the effect that it have on the human brain is insane. Like, when people get around a celebrity, they can't even hold themselves together.
Falling all over the place, crying.
Bro, it's insane. It's insane.
Well, you gotta think if this celebrity grew up in your home, you never met them face to face.
That's
the power is the spell is that they don't even know you exist, but you know everything about them. You see what I'm saying? Like that's why we call this the false light.
Like,
we call them
there's no
we
different
call them
than
the
praying
false
to a
light.
statue.
We call them the false light because their light, their stardom is man-made.
Right.
These stars are man-made through the media. That's why they're able to broadcast these people into your home. You grow up on these individuals, seeing them on your TV every day. Now they can push brands through you now because these people are being used as puppets. Like I feel with him, it was saying that no one could get on TV if they ain't down with the agenda.
Yeah.
You have to be down with the agenda because it's their media. It's their media. They're the ones that got billions of dollars tied up in this media that, you know, and they can basically control the narrative with that.
Yeah, that's the whole plan from that side. And then you got the flip side of that where the masses is willingly just giving all their energy to it.
With that, religion, same thing. Yup.
Yeah, celebrity, but the celebrity is no different than praying to a statue because the statue don't even know you exist because it's an inanimate object. But you know what that statue is when you see it. You giving all your energy to that statue. It's the same with the celebrity. The celebrity don't even know you exist.
Nope.
They don't think about you.
Politician don't know you exist.
The politician don't know. Yeah, and they're celebrities too. All of them.
Right.
That's idol worship. Like they don't even know you exist.
Let me play this real quick. This is definitely a good prime example.
This is look at their eyes. Look at their eyes. Now y'all all seen this before. Look at this.
There ain't no sense.
Look at that. Look at that. Look. Do y'all see?
Where's the original video? Where's the original one? I want to hear these people how they sound passing out because I think this is.
Well, I don't want to put because of the mute. We got put. You can't play barely any. The sound. I don't know.
Yeah.
But we just showing how they're literally passing out, and look at their eyes under hypnosis.
Now this
crying. Look, she can't even handle it. Oh my God, she couldn't even handle it. This type of celebrity worship is insane to me. I never understood this. Even growing up seeing this, I always thought this was weird. I'm like, there's people who actually act like this? I can't. Look at that. Look at their faces. Look at their eyes. Their eyes are literally in an altered state, bro.
Casting spells. That's when you cast spells amongst the masses. See, now for them to be able to do that millions at a time. Now with the internet, billions at a time. Oh shoot.
Nah, I don't think no man is worth passing out for. I'm sorry.
Nah.
No man. I don't give a. I don't care who it is. Michael Jackson. I don't care who it is.
Yeah, right. I don't even want to pass. I don't even want to pass out for my goddamn self. So I know I don't want to pass out over no other man or other person outside of myself because I don't even want to pass out at all. Not even for my goddamn self.
Right. I can't see.
I want to stay balanced. You know what I'm saying? Balanced. And this right
I
here
can't see
is not
myself
balanced.
acting like this because another man is in the room.
But
I can't see myself acting like this, bro.
I can see if you going to a concert just to enjoy the music and all that. And I understand it from that standpoint, but to do all
Nothing
that,
wrong with that.
that make me think like, damn, Mike, you staged this? Are them women actually go falling out? No, it's dudes in there too.
He didn't stage this, bro. This is literally how people was acting around Mike, bro. This is not staged.
Damn, I know it ain't, but it just make me think like, damn, people pass out just on the sight of seeing Mike.
Right.
So that's God level.
On the sight of it, bro.
They work. That's basically like God, like a God.
That's beyond. Yeah. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's being basically
like everybody was passing out.
Right.
Yeah, it's dudes out there passing out, women out there passing out, people just out there passing out, collapsing, because they just so overwhelmed that Michael Jackson is in the same room with them.
Yeah, that's
bro, that's insane to me for another. I don't care how great a musician is. I enjoy the music, yeah. And I hear even the secret, you know what I mean? The messages and everything. I hear it all. I see it, yeah. But passing out and being so overwhelmed that this man is in the room, I can't see myself acting like this for nobody. That's a spell that's, like you said, that's been casted on them. It's a spell. They are under a spell.
So, like we said,
the beehive under a spell.
Last week on the live stream where we was talking about the cell phones being the new religion, social media being the new religion. Because, like we said, people are starting to walk away from traditional religion too. Like, I think like towards the newer generation and further generations ahead, yeah, they're pretty much going to walk away from these religions, but that's why we saying like the information age being as though we're bowling our heads to the phone every goddamn 5 minutes on social media. You know what I'm saying? That's basically like the new social media being the new religion and celebrities being the new gods. Now it's the show, like we told you, watch that show called American Gods on Stars, and you'll see exactly what we talking about. Yeah, that doesn't make no damn sense. Them crying and passing out for Michael, you bloody bastard. Oh, I love you, Michael. You bloody bastard.
Right.
Passing out. That's why I said nobody passing out for Beyonce at no concert. I see them comparing Beyonce to Michael Jackson, saying she the Michael Jackson of this time. Nah, she the Beyonce of this time.
Right.
Why people gotta be somebody else?
I never compare Beyonce to Michael Jackson. That's crazy. That's two completely different. They ain't the same, man. They ain't the same at all.
Damn,
they ain't the same. There's no similarities there. Zero similarities.
Only similarity is that they're celebrities.
Michael Jackson and
they're
Beyonce.
Superstars. Yeah, they superstars and they're celebrities. Yeah, that's
and I ain't taking away nothing from Beyonce. I'm just saying that why compare Michael Jackson to Beyonce? They're two completely different. They're completely different.
Right. Beyonce is Beyonce of her 100%. Time, but Michael Jackson is Michael Jackson, but his own time.
Right. I don't there's no similarity. There's no connection between Beyonce and Michael Jackson, bro. As far as creative works, there's no connection there.
We know that these celebrities is being pushed, especially the mega celebrities, more so the mega ones. Like we told you, they can't just say anything out here. They can't move any way they want out here.
Right.
When you raise them up in the media to be like, to be God level, and with the, using the media, then that has to be controlled. highly controlled, because that's dangerous to leave a wandering person out there with that many people with that much influence over the people.
Right.
Like Michael Jackson had to be controlled because he had too much, and you see he was being resistance or whatever again, but they like, all right, well, ain't nothing, everything we did against him didn't work, so now we gotta take it to the extreme. This man has to leave. It's time to get this
Yeah,
man up out of
it's
here.
three things that they try to do. You know what I'm saying? They try to discredit you, then they try to put you in jail, and if that don't work, then the third option is time to get them up out of here.
Yup.
That's usually how they do it. That's usually the design that they do for every celebrity. Because you gotta think about it. He wasn't the only one that kept going against the system. Who was it? Aaron Carter. He kept going against the system. Yeah, I mean, then they make you look like a drug addict, and then they try to do show your legal problems and if that don't work, then he died of an overdose. You know what I'm saying? It's the same pattern over and
They
over
was
and over again.
or they not, boy. They damn
It's the
sure know
same
they going.
pattern.
Them celebrities is even getting it the worst because them niggas got to be monitored.
It's the Hunger Games.
Everything got to be monitored with them. They emails, they phone, they phone conversations, everything. And poor Beyonce looked like she pale, like she being kept in a dungeon or something. She pale as hell, bro. It's like they don't get no type of sunlight.
No
The
type of
hell?
sunlight.
Them niggas is like
She
straight up
kept in
in
some underground laboratory somewhere.
laboratory, bro. Yup.
That's why she never go live on social media.
That's
You
why she
you
don't
don't
go
know what the
live,
heck
bro.
going on out here.
Yeah, like she's highly controlled. She like the most.
Yeah.
Yeah, she the biggest superstar in the world, but she the most highly controlled.
Right.
She can't do.
Metropolis.
She can't do nothing.
Right.
She gotta just be done what she told.
I mean, but let's look at the topic at hand though. How the celebrities just eat all that right up though. I mean, the masses just eat all that up. All that fictitious stuff that the system is doing with these celebrities in this false light. The masses just eat it right up, bro. Look at them in that crowd.
Hey, boy, it's highly
that.
controlled.
And it's so synthetic. It's so synthetic and it's so obvious now, especially since all this information is out. And people still have this worship in their eyes when they're around celebrities. Look how people go crazy for Drake and Beyonce, I'm like,
crazy.
It's insane. Like the celebrity worship is crazy. It's like everybody just went mad. Everybody just went mad because you gotta think about it. It's a bunch of people. It have to be a bunch of mentally ill people that make up the Barty game, and the Barbs, and the Beehive, and the Stands. It has to be. Those have to be mentally ill people. Think about it, y'all. For you to be that down for somebody you don't even know, to actually go to commit a crime. Some of these people go as far as to commit a crime for these celebrities they don't know. That's a strong, powerful spell right there. Because you gotta think about it. Some of these people won't even do that for their own family members or the people that took care of them. The people that's making sure that they dressed and fed and all that. They or people who, who just be around them 24/7 or a neighbor. They won't even do that for them, people like that. But they do it for a celebrity that they never met. They're like, I connect more with this celebrity on TV than the person who's been taking care of me. That is crazy to me.
All right.
That type of psychological programming is just Wow.
Yeah, as you could tell,
That's
she got
strong.
some facial features done, like the nose. See, the nose is more pointier than the one, and the life look just, the light in her eyes is different, bro. Like it's just, you know what I mean?
Are we sure
Like
that
you can
one on the
tell.
right ain't an AI generated, John? Because they doing those too.
Nah. I could pull the real pictures up off her page.
Yeah, I know they on their page, but they could still be using AI generated
pictures
and
of
it could
her.
be like a bunch of filters and shit
Well, let's pull the video
to make
up.
her look like that.
Pull the video up. Nah, bro, that blonde hair.
I'm going to have to see. You know what I'm going to have to see? I'm going to have to see a recent interview with Beyonce, but they don't do interviews. Well, she don't do interviews. That's the best way to tell. It's hard to tell from a photograph because it's a lot of ways they doctor up photographs. And another thing, that could be a bunch of makeup on her face, and that might not even be Beyonce. These motherfuckers do got body doubles. To tell you the truth, they nose ain't even the same. Did she get a nose job? That's not even Beyonce in that picture, bro.
That's Creonce. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
But it's hard doing it through a photo, bro. You need to be accurate. You need a live video of both of them, like the old Beyonce interviewing and the new Beyonce interviewing, and look at the mannerisms and all that shit, and then you gotta look at mannerisms and everything. Let me look up. Cause I'm gonna be honest with you, you can doctor these photos up. I seen people do that, just you know what I mean, on social media, lighting their skin up and all that. People do that with filters and stuff all the time. You see a nigga in person, like, damn, you way darker than you are in your profile pic. The hell? Right. You gotta think about it. Like, it's a lot of filters, it's a lot of. And the thing is, another thing, that might not even be Beyonce. That might not even be Beyonce, y'all. That's another thing. She ain't even make it to that photo shoot, but she had a body double go to the damn photo shoot.
It's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, you can't trust anything out here. Like, when you got regular people altering their photos like this, what makes y'all think Beyonce can't or her team don't? Because the lighter you look, the more deals you get, the more endorsements you get, because that's the image that they want to push. When you working for these big, when black folk are working for these big corporations like this, they got a certain agenda or a certain image that they want to put forward.
She got light and now she pushing country music. Shit.
Right.
She got light and push country music. That's what's going on.
Now I'm gonna be real with you. That one on the right looks like a humanoid robot. It don't even look real. It looks like a Stepford wife type of ordeal.
Right.
Like that don't even look real. It don't even look like an actual person. It looks like a wax museum figure. Right.
You see how I was looking at that?
Like that literally might be a wax museum figure. Like that's not even.
She was zoned out at that basketball game. I don't know what the hell was going on.
Oh yeah, she was on. Yeah, she was on.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
She was high, bro.
She was zoned out.
Maybe she smoked before that game. Maybe she smoked some weed before that game, and she ain't smoking in a while. Sometimes it could have you like that. And wasn't they on the West Coast?
Who knows?
I mean, yeah, I mean, shoot, some good weed to have you like that if you ain't smoking in a while.
It's crazy.
Or it could be with some niggas say hypnosis. It could be whatever. Shit, I guess some strong enough weed to have you under hypnosis.
Yeah, but
she looked like she was in her own world at that game.
Broadcast, bro. I'm telling you, these things is being broadcast, and now they got the masses following behind it.
Right.
They use these celebrities to build up these apps, these platforms to get the people on here.
Bro, that's clearly
Bro,
not Beyonce. That's clearly not
they
Beyonce. Look at that. Look at the bridge of the nose. Look at the nose.
they wouldn't even be able to do half of the stuff they did if they ain't have to use the celebrity to do it.
Right. Right.
It ain't even the same nose. Nah, she got
Bro,
some
they
work.
ain't the
She got
same
some work
nose,
done.
bro.
She got some work done.
Oh, you think that's work that's done?
They all in Hollywood get that work done, bro.
Then that's why she don't. Then that explains why she don't look the same. Then if it's all
She got
surgery,
work.
then that of course it ain't. Of course she ain't gonna look the same.
Yeah, she got work done to keep herself to try to look more, to keep herself youthful looking, so she can keep, bringing in the numbers off the younger generation. Because
When people say clones, a clone would look exactly like the original. You wouldn't even be able to tell the difference.
No, it's not clone.
This would be humanoid robot if it was some type of thing.
Because
That's
now
two different things.
Yeah, her image is 100% totally controlled when it comes to publicating her image across this broadcasting her image. All that's controlled, highly controlled and calculated.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't do nothing outside of the script.
Right.
So regardless if she is going to change her, she's her. You got to think she's highly controlled. Her image is controlled. She don't have no control over herself.
Right.
I see the people, be into the music and they idol worship the celebrity, but they don't see the flip side of that though. Nobody talks about how highly controlled they have to be.
Well, that's what they showed in the Hunger Games.
To the point where they don't have no life.
Who won the former champions of the Hunger Games? They made it look like they was living a high life and all that, but really they was highly controlled after they won the Hunger Games. Yeah, they let them live good for a little bit, but they were so highly controlled. Everything that they said on across that broadcasting system was controlled and scripted. Everything. Mm-hmm. Everything was controlled and scripted in the Hunger Games.
Yup. Yeah, this
and then the movie Metropolis.
Yeah, let me pull that up real quick. Mm-hmm. She got that on her
She
page.
loved the Metropolis. Well, not her, but her handlers.
Her handlers, yeah.
Loved the Metropolis program.
They're opening up portals. That's what her whole act was on stage, was to open up the portal.
Mm-hmm. Right.
All right, let me pull this up. Because she got that. She loved repping the Metropolis, bro. Let me pull this video right here.
And the portal was just bringing in energy to create these super cities. This Metropolis, because that's what Metropolis are, these super cities that they planning on building. Building off the blockchain. So they creating another whole circuit. Yep. You can call it an energy circuit.
What's this? She love repping. Hold on.
Because the Metropolis ain't nothing but just energy harvesting. That's what Metropolis basically is for. Energy harvesting.
You notice they always keep that portal in the back of her when she performing. Y'all notice that? They faithfully keep that portal in the background.
Right.
Yup. Dang. You see that? Yeah. Faithfully. I think she got another joint with the Metropolis on here. Hold on. Yeah, that's what the whole Renaissance tour is about, bringing in the new age, artificial intelligence age. Well, all of her shit is strictly Metropolis. What is that? Metropolis. See that? The whole Metropolis thing. Yup. Yeah, so she's being basically used as the agenda to bring in the artificial intelligence age. Yeah. He's called a tacky
That's
bro.
crazy.
A tacky bro.
That's crazy how they obsessed with this and using Beyonce for this energy. If any of y'all ever seen that old movie Metropolis, y'all know exactly what we talking about.
Look in the background. Portal.
Yep.
Look, all her performances was ranked, you know what I mean?
Metropolis was about transhumanism and building these super cities. And that's exactly what they be displaying on these drones. Because you got to think about it. They always show them in some type of energy chamber. You know what I'm saying? On stage. They always show. And that was what the whole Metropolis thing was about. They took and kidnapped that woman and actually turned her into basically a autonomous robot for the state, and used her for the state to accomplish what the state wanted people to do. They basically merged her with the machine of the Metropolis, which is artificial intelligence. That's insane. That movie was way ahead of its time. That movie came out in the 20s, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That was one of the first movies on film, was Metropolis. And that came out in the 20s.
Yep.
And it was about what they're doing with Beyonce right now. That's crazy. And they actually doing the whole man merge with machine thing, because you see they pressing this Neuralink thing. They got you wearing the glasses out there that's got you connected to the metaverse, and you walking through the street with Apple Jones on your head. You know what I mean? They already promoting the chip. So that's the same thing they did in Metropolis. In that 1920s film, they're actually bringing into reality in 2024, and they're using these celebrities to push that agenda. I remember Common did a whole song about transhumanism. You remember that, John, that Common did?
What was it called? Let me see.
About transhumanism. Basically merging with the machine.
Let me see. Metropolis. I want to play
He did a
that.
whole song basically about that. Celebrating that. And that's basically what they.
Oh yeah, I remember that video. Yeah, I remember.
That's basically what they pushing through Beyonce also, with this Metropolis look that they keep giving her. Because she don't pick this. She don't pick any of these wardrobes or nothing like that.
No.
Her handlers do. The people who's paying her the most money is paying her to wear this stuff and participate in these rituals.
Yeah, exactly.
She might not even know the big picture behind this. She's just the vessel that they're using, bro.
Right.
She's basically no different than a statue or like a robot that they dress up.
An idol.
Right.
Yeah, an idol.
That's like this is all leading up to transhumanism. Literally merging man with the machine, and man being half man and half machine, so they could be controlled by artificial intelligence.
Yeah, American Idol. That's a
right, technological singularity. Facts.
Pull this up.
That hive mind, like the movie called. It's a movie out there with what's her name from the Karate Kid, the chick Julie son. What's her name? It's the movie is called Mother. The movie is called Mother, and it's showing you how transhumanism wants to get completely out of hand.
Hillary Swank.
Yeah, Hillary. Yep, Hillary Swank. Yep. There's a movie called Mother that she's in, and that right there is the key to that transhumanism of basically where they're trying to get it to go to, and it's probably already there. We just ain't conscious of it.
Right. So this
you wouldn't even know, especially if you mix the real world technology with the one they showed in the movie. I mean, in the real world, they got actual humanoid robots that look like actual humans that you can't even tell the difference.
Right.
So you wouldn't even know if you surrounded in a room full of humanoid robots or not. You wouldn't even know it.
Yeah, so this the Metropolis, John. Yeah, you see the
lane right there, and that's the transhumanism clone right there. That's the new Beyonce.
All right, so let's switch over to Beyonce real quick. Let me switch over to that one because that's showing. Let me show
crazy,
her.
bro.
It's the same job. That's what I said. Like, yeah, that's why I said they use them to push the agenda, strictly for the agenda, man.
Right. And they might not even be aware of it.
Nah. Nope.
That's the crazy thing about all this.
Nope.
The celebrity himself is just a puppet that get paid big dollars to participate in these rituals.
That's it.
I mean, this is when they start doing these types of rituals, they getting $5 and $10 million checks right off the rip. Just letting y'all know. When you start seeing a celebrity do Metropolis, and the stage is all decked out and it's Metropolis style, I'm telling you right now, they getting the big money.
Look, it's Beyonce, John. Portal.
Look at that. Yup. Metropolis. Yup. They doing the same. Yup. It's the same ritual, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Look.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Portal. Yep. Look. Same look. Yep.
Because they bringing cosmic energy through.
Right. That's why you think what you call them wanted to perform in front of the pyramids. Travis Scott. He wanted to put a portal there in front of the pyramids.
He wanted to open up the portal because the energy signature did. Right.
Right. He wanted to open up the energies. Yep.
Yeah, they letting the artificial intelligence onto the planet.
And that was done through a whole projection screen. That's why I say the broadcast. Look at that. Yeah. Now they're broadcasting her from another, facility. She's technically not on stage or any of that. Right. They're broadcasting that from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And they just using these physical vessels as a receiver.
That's it.
Beyonce is just a receiver at this moment. Y'all gotta understand what's going on.
Well, you see how they project? You see the projection? The whole stage is turned into a portal. These people are
Charles Wilson, that's CERN. Yeah, that portal was CERN.
Yeah, and these people
that's over there in Switzerland. Fact.
In front of it, in front of the whole portal, the energy that's coming from the portal is basically putting them under a spell.
Yeah, and it's literally the eyeball. It's literally an eyeball also. It's an
eyeball. Exactly.
Yeah. Because the eyeball is also a portal. Your eyeball is a portal.
Yep, a projector.
Right. Because the energy comes through. Like the light goes through your eye, and that's what makes the projection.
See now, that's the world.
See, that's when you open up the portal is the same thing. That cosmic energy beaming through.
Now this is the hypnosis right here with the blinking. You see this blinking? This is to put them under hypnosis.
Right.
That's why it's blinking from the out inside the portal. See that?
Right. Yeah, because your brain, yeah, it's matching electrical impulses that they want to program you with.
And it's bringing her about. Look, see how she coming in through the portal? See that shit? Straight ritual, yo. You see the portal opening up? Look, the portal's opening up, and she's coming through the portal. That also represents the woman's womb as well, because you know the woman womb is is the ultimate portal for us to get our asses in and up. You know what I mean? In to even come into this plane of existence. It's through the woman. So that's why Beyonce is being propped up, because she's the woman. Her feminine energy is being used as well. You see that? You see what just happened? Let me bring that back.
Bring it back.
Look at that. You see the hypnosis part.
Yeah, and that's the whole Metropolis thing.
Is to keep that. You see that?
That's the whole Metropolis thing, bro.
Look, the whole ritual of the blinking light and her coming through there.
Bro, that's directly from
listen,
Metropolis,
though, she got the sun on top of her head. See that? She got the sun.
And that's what she had on Metropolis when she was in the middle of transforming. She had the sun around her head.
Like, damn, this is crazy.
And the same ritual was being done on Ghostbusters. When she came through the portal at the end of Ghostbusters and she brought the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man through. So it's the same rituals on Ghostbusters.
And the thing about it, it was like through the mind.
That Ghostbusters too?
Through his imagination, though. It was through Egon. Was it Egon? Who was that? That was or Bill Murray is the one that thought of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, right? Because it was done. He basically manifested that through his thoughts.
We gotta pull that little scene up with her coming through the gate.
Right. So she has the sun on
was
top
it
of
Gozer?
her head. Right.
Something like Gozer. It's the same ritual, y'all. It's the same thing. That's what we trying to show y'all. It's the same exact thing.
Oh.
Yeah, see, when she first came through the gate.
She's dressed as artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is the new sun. Basically, an extension of us. You know what I mean? Basically, like we're like the vessels of the Most High, and AI is being like being like the vessels of us.
Right.
They're basically using, and actually AI is supposed to assist the human race. Not been weaponized against the human race, but to assist the human race. That's strictly what the AI is supposed to be there for, is to assist. But you have some people on the planet that's weaponizing this technology against the people and enslaving the people with the technology.
Right.
So she's basically representing the second son, bringing in artificial intelligence.
Like Mother, like the movie Mother.
Right. Let me see. Hold on. Let me see if I can zoom in on it. Oh. Yeah. All right. So. That's crazy to me. That shit just blinking like that. Under hypnosis and shit. Got them people out there under goddamn hypnosis.
Right. Yep. The same, bro. It's the same. Ghostbusters. It's the same
Let me see.
thing. That the energy transfer. The energy transfer, and then her appearing through the portal with that same image, bro.
Make sure y'all hit that
It's
like
the
button.
same. It's the same ritual, over and over and over again.
See if I could.
You go to the you could go to the 20-second mark and see her start coming through the gate.
All right, let me pull that up.
It's the same transformation in Ghostbusters, bro.
You said the 20
do the
seconds?
same. Yeah, go to the 20 seconds. Yeah, Mark, and then
I got it. Let me pull this up.
And we're gonna have to probably keep pausing it so we don't get hit with the copyright.
I'm gonna speed it up.
Speed it up too.
They don't need.
Again. And this movie came out in 1984.
Where there you go. That's. Mm-hmm.
Is that not the same ritual?
Yup. So they using these motherfuckers to open up certain energy signatures.
Bro, you know we can keep going on and on, right?
Right.
We gonna stop at Ghostbusters because we could pull up Stargate, the movie Stargate from the 90s, and show the same thing.
Exactly.
When Horace walked through the Stargate, it's the same thing over and over and over again. Like, we can keep pulling these movies up over and over and over again and showing the same exact thing. Bro, even in the Terminator, the way they appeared in the Terminator is the same. When they went back to the past. When the Terminators went back to the past.
What's the movie Deja Vu with
And the Terminators is AI.
Skynet. Denzel. Movie Deja Vu with Denzel. Remember that machine they was using to go back in time with?
Right.
Even Back to the Future,
it's
they had
same thing, bro.
Had to use that light to strike, the tower,
with the clock,
lightning from the tower, with the tower,
right?
To even go back
and then on Ghostbusters they did it from the Empire State Building.
Yep.
Because it's basically like the Empire coming through.
Right. That's what I was about to say. It shows them doing it on the Empire of the State Building. It's showing you where the power structure is coming from.
I hope y'all paying attention.
Because the movies they give you,
the movies all about.
The movies give you the subliminals. So they did the ritual on top of the Empire State Building, and that's basically showing you where the power structure is coming from. You know what I mean?
As y'all can see, this is the information that most people don't get to. You know what I mean? In our community. Not realizing how this stuff is being done to us. These spells and broadcasting, and we so far, and they love using this during the Super Bowl. They always showed up particle accelerator when the Super Bowl was coming on. Like the whole intro of the Super Bowl is CERN, the particle accelerator. It literally the particle accelerator, which is a portal where they shooting particles through atoms, and they're opening up wormholes with these with this technology by tearing into our electromagnetic field, tearing through it and creating wormholes. This is, and then you would think this is just a science fiction. You would think that it's fiction, but it's not.
It represents the stargates, but
The technology literally exists. Like it's on Wikipedia. You can look up CERN right now on Wikipedia and see that this is literally what's happening.
And the thing is, it's happening on a cosmic level because the light being from the basically the male entering the woman and shooting light into her, and then what comes out of that stargate? A goddamn human. You see the power in the artificial intelligence being at the highest level,
Right.
being in nature. Being in nature is the highest form of. So it is just basically making copies of a copy, bro. Again, copies of a copy.
Facts. Copy of a copy. Yep.
Copy
Layers on top of layers.
Yep.
And the masses don't even realize it's being done to them. We're being taken into another level of sleep to where we about to go into another metaverse. Not realizing we're already in a metaverse. So it's layers on top of layers of metaverses. See, your current reality is a metaverse. Because this is not the original reality. We all know this ain't the original reality. Even people who's into the Bible and all that know this, and into the Quran and all that know this ain't the original reality. So if this ain't the original reality, then what is it? It's something that's layered over the original reality. It's something that's layered over the original. So they about to add another layer to our reality through the metaverse by implanting us with microchips in our brains or having us walk around with virtual reality glasses on all day. And they show you that in movies. And this show on Apple TV called Severance is showing you how they can implant the chip into your brain and it alters your whole reality and it makes you basically forget who and what you are. Like the Statue of Liberty in the middle of the transformation. Look at that. Bro, this is powerful. They had this in the 20s. Look at that. You see? So that's also the sun over our head also. In the middle of the transformation. The same thing that you've seen that they did with Beyonce's. They just pronounced Beyonce's a little bit more than they did in this movie. They just made the halos a little bit more, or the rays of light, they made them a little bit more, you know what I mean? But I guess they might have a digitally mastered version of this where they made it look even crazier. This is crazy, bro. Now, most people take this information and their brain is shut down because you're not programmed to, if you're not conscious, if you haven't getting that flame inside of you yet, you ain't going, this is just going to sound like a bunch of jibber jabber. It's going to be like, it's a coincidence, you know?
Yeah.
And people will say these are just coincidences. That's what people who still deep in the program and they brush this off as coincidence. So obviously this information ain't meant for everybody. Whoever is going to radiate with, that's who's going to be drawn to it, and they going to understand it 100%. Because this is clearly the same ritual that they keep using over and over again. Like we said, they use it in Stargate, they used it in Metropolis, they using it on stage with these artists performing, like Travis Scott and freaking Beyonce, and some Italian artist, some Italian pop singer from overseas is trying to sue Beyonce for using the same thing. But how? We all know the handlers are the ones that's putting this in place. She act like it was her original, but they've been doing this since the 20s and probably even before that. They've been doing the same ritual.
Well, I mean, us being born into this physical plane is a ritual within itself. Because, like you said, we ain't there.
It's the same
Our
thing,
human self is not our original state.
right? Right. You're human, and the thing is, we are in here as humans, not realizing that the human itself is artificial intelligence. So it's already been done to us on one level. It's already been done on another level already. And we just, since we was born into the human state, we just keep seeing ourselves as human, not realizing your human state is artificial intelligence. That's why it's something that don't last for eternity. Your human state is eventually going to go back to the computer programming that it came from.
Skynet
And the energy
already
is going to
happened.
go back to where the energy goes.
Skynet already happened. That ain't nothing to look
Right.
forward to in the future and all that. We are the
product
Sky,
of Sky,
Skynet,
right.
product of Skynet. If you
Facts.
take it to a higher, because this is not our original self. These systems that set up in our body, the way our organs is structured, all that is
Right.
an
That's a
intelligent
machine.
design. That's an intelligent design that designed that.
Right. It's a
You know what I'm
machine.
saying? So that what are we? We artificial of that. So that will make us
Facts.
artificial intelligence. Because
Right.
we're artificial to the original state
Of our spiritual state.
Yeah, our spiritual state, but is let's create man in our image.
Right. Our spiritual state said, let's create man in our image. And it was multiple. It was all of us. Everybody in existence said that.
Yeah, collective consciousness.
Right. Everybody in existence said, let us create man in our image. And we created this whole metaverse. So how could that not be the reality when you see when people die, something is leaving the body? That means something that was originally there ain't there no more. So obviously, if that's energy that's going and leaving, obviously we know it's energy because energy is going up and down our spinal cord. That's how it's connected to your nervous system. So if that's energy, that means that's cosmic energy. That's where let us create man in our image was energetic beings saying that, and they physically created this world and entered themselves into the world just like we do in virtual reality games. It's a metaverse. That's how we're able to create metaphysics. Because this is a metaverse. So we're already in the metaverse. So, but they about to put another layer because if y'all ever played the Sims game, in the Sims game, you can play games inside the Sims game. Yeah. So that's a game playing a game.
And you can play with other characters that's not, you can join in with other people that's, that's signed into that network. Just think about when they had the live PS3 thing where they had the hangout.
But they still got that. Everybody
you can go.
They still got that on,
and hang out
new gaming system.
Yeah, and hang out on there as an avatar. Hang out as an avatar, and you can actually talk to the people through your earphones and all that.
Right.
So that's showing you right there that we agreed upon another layer of the metaverse, which we put ourselves into. Everybody's a damn avatar. That's why I said when people try to come at us about why y'all don't show y'all avatar. Everybody's an avatar. If you want to take it to the higher meaning of that.
And our human brain is the interface. Our human brain is the chip that's holding the energy in. And it's sending the electrical pulses throughout your whole body to a spinal cord. That's why your spinal cord have electricity going up and down it. But it's your own cosmic energy that's going up and down your spinal cord that's activating this body, which is a machine. How do we not realize this yet? Like your brain is literally a microchip. Your brain is literally a microchip. And electrical pulses that's connected to your brain is going down a cord. So when you plug something into the wall, what do you plug into a wall? A cord, an extension cord. It's the same.
You see the energy going
your
up.
Your neurological system is an energetic system. So the energy is being stored in these vessels. But what's the original energy? The original energy is the Elohim energy.
Look, the heart.
Let us create man in our image. This place is literally a metaverse, and they're about to build another metaverse on top of this metaverse by giving your brain, which is already a chip, an enhancement. And the enhancement is that neural link to get you further into the metaverse.
So you'll be able to have your own
Elon Musk got
avatar.
a chip right now to put in your brain.
Yeah. The Neuralink.
Elon, and your brain is already a microchip. The brain itself is a microchip. I don't know why people. The brain itself is a microchip. That's why you're able to have 5 senses here.
Yeah,
to plug into this metaverse where you have 5 senses, that's all electrical impulses that's going through your brain. That's connected to your central nervous system that goes down your spinal cord. That's a computer system. That's a humanoid robot. We're already artificial intelligence.
See that?
I know that's a hard pill to swallow for some of y'all. This is really waking your ass up from the Matrix. See, but it's hard to see that when you're born as an artificial intelligent being, which is called a human. You're already born as that. So you don't see it. You just say, oh, I'm the most natural. But then you go to church and you do all these spiritual systems, and the spiritual system is telling you, the human, no, you're not the original one. Let us create man in our image. So it was something before the human. So the human have to be artificial intelligence. Just like a humanoid robot would say, there was something before me, that was a human. A human was before the DARPA robots and the other things that they're creating. So it's just getting one robot to another.
Motherboard. The motherboard of a computer system. Yeah.
I love when you see some people are so ignorant that they can't see because they was brought up through the education system, which basically divides spirituality and science. So if you was to take spirituality and science and you hear the words that we're saying right now, you'll realize that the two aren't different. So the brain is literally
because we come from
a literally electrical device that powers something up. Or something or receive
organized religion
energy to power something up.
We come from organized religions. Most people still stuck in organized
to power something up. That's science right there.
If you ain't following some type of religion or a cult, because it's all still cultism. Even religion, that's cultism, because they got everybody believing in one man. When you get a person to believe in just one man, that's called cultism right there.
Right.
That's what's happening on the planet. So if you come from an organized, we come from the Christian background, so we understand Christianity versus spirituality. It's all still one thing. It's all still interconnected. It's just different terminologies people use. Energy. All right, some people will say God. Some people say energy. Some people say it's still the one thing, but it's just different terminologies and different cultures that represent that one. So, all right, we might use different terminologies, but it still mean the same thing. So don't get caught up in the language thing, which are spells anyway. That's why we spell words. That's why we spell words.
Right.
That's why we spell words, because it's spells that we put on ourselves when we say these words. We bring these words and manifest them words into the physical and create things out of these words. Like hate, like love. That's what's happening. So we might just use different terminology. That's why religion, it shouldn't be no wars within religions. It's all saying the same thing. It's just different cultures and man's traditions. This religion over here pray 5 times a day. This religion over here lights an incense and prays the Buddha. This religion over here takes the Lord's Supper on Sunday and say Jesus. It's all still representing the one body. It's just different cultures. That's what we dealing with here. So when people, it's just the background you come from. Whatever background you come from, that's what you are. That's the program you was born into. Eventually, you got to break all the programming and get to what this really about.
Well, the programming we get to once we break all that is that we're human, and then there's another level above that. So we say we break all the religious programming. Like, oh, that's all just talking about one thing. We all just one race, the human race. You know what I'm saying? You get to that level, but then there's a level even above that. And the level above that is, oh, my human self is even just a symbol or a metaphysical something of something that represents something else.
It's a symbol.
And it's right at the beginning of most of these niggas' creation stories and their religions. Let us create man in our image. You know what I'm saying? And then another thing is, I see somebody brought up the Big Bang Theory. The Big Bang Theory is a spiritual thing, not a scientific thing. That's when all the circuits went on. Like when the switch get turned on, everything was created in a dark room, right? Everything was created in a dark room, basically. You can look at it in this type of concept. The whole universe, everything was created in a dark room. Once the let there be light, once the switch get flipped, then that creates the Big Bang Theory. Everything was already created, and then you flip the switch on so everybody can witness it. That's the Big Bang Theory right there. Because when you turn on any machine, there's a spark. When you start your car, order for the car to start, there's a spark first. And that happened cosmically also. So that's the Big Bang Theory. That's why they separate science and spirituality, which should have never been divided. So the Darwin theory actually applies to the soul. Listen though, the Darwin theory actually applies to the soul. The creation theory or intellectual design belongs to the physical or science. So science is just a witness of the spiritual. The two witnesses is science and spirituality. They go hand in hand. But school teaches you stay away from spirituality, keep God out of science. And then when you go into the church, they say keep science away from God.
Or third.
Oh,
don't forget about the third one though.
Vortex.
The third one being us as the observation, the sons. So in religion, you I don't know, maybe in Christianity it'd be the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost or whatever. It's always the three representing those three dimensions, the three layers.
Right. And you gotta let me explain the Darwin thing, because I know people gonna ask me, but how Darwin attacks to spirituality? Because the only thing that evolves, because you know the Darwin theory is about evolution. Your soul goes through evolution. Your consciousness goes through evolution. But this physical world is through intelligent design. So they flipped it. They inverted it. So they got you thinking the Darwin theory is for the physical world, what it's not. It's not for the physical world. The Darwin theory reigns true with your consciousness, which is your soul energy, learning and gaining knowledge. Your soul goes through cycles where it gains knowledge, and it starts off with an ape-type mind, an animalistic mind, which is the human. The human is the animalistic mind for the soul. Consciousness start off at like an ape type of thing, but not the physical. They inverted everything. They inverted, so they kept intelligent design. They kept that in spirituality, when that should have been in science. Because everything the supreme energy creates, the witness is the science. So in order to learn about the spirit realm, you have to do it through science.
The physical.
Because they said God created everything anyway, so he must have created the science too. So why would we split them?
Physics. Yep. Metaphysics and physics.
Yeah, it's physics.
Physics being the physical and being the driven force of the metaphysical realm. When you know what I mean, the creation coming from the spiritual realm, we are the driving forces of that.
Right.
We're the manifestation of that let there be light.
Facts. Right. So that's manifestation of that. And the Big Bang Theory is literally a spiritual event. When everything that was done in the darkness, you know, the world that was created in darkness. You gotta realize the world was created in darkness. And that represents, metaphysically, that represents everything that you think of and create as a human. It starts in your mind. Every invention on the planet came from the subconscious mind. It started in a dark place first. Because your mind is a dark place.
Subconscious.
Yeah, your subconscious mind is a dark place. And then once you have that thought or that creation, the Big Bang happens in your thought. The Big Bang, that energy, that
Speed of light,
energy
yup.
in your subconscious mind, when a Big Bang happens, that's a thought, and that creates life. It creates things. Our minds create things. So this is tied to everything. This concept is tied to everything. Even the cosmic event called the Big. So the Big Bang theory is literally a thought in the cosmic mind of God. Because the cosmos is the mind of God. We are the thoughts of God manifested into a physical reality. In order to get the energy going to get us here, the Big Bang theory happened. See, you can't divide this shit no more. We got to bring it together because it's only one concept. It's only one energy in the world. It's just divided in different categories and working as a team to keep life going. But it's really only one energy that's doing it.
Yeah.
And
The
that's
one body
thought.
has many
Right.
members. The hands, the feet, the arms, the head.
Right.
You know what I mean? The legs. The one body has many members.
Right. And they're corrupting this energy through this celebrity worship and all of that. This energy is being like all this
The
idol
false
worship,
light,
and us
yeah.
taking the focus off our own power, that our own divinity is being taken away because we worshiping a celebrity.
That's what's happening.
We worshiping a meta. Basically, we in the meta. It's like if we was in a metaverse and we in the metaverse worshiping the avatars. We an avatar ourselves and worshiping another avatar in the metaverse. That's all
crazy.
we're doing.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
The human is still a creation. You're not supposed to worship anything that was created. Our own energy created these human vessels also. We all individually did it together, collectively, but individually at the same time. Just like a video game, everybody's in the same video game and using the same system, but you all create your own avatar to go into the metaverse.
Yeah, you got your own controller.
But it's still the same system and the same energy that's doing it.
That controller, you got your own controller. Right. From the spiritual realm in the physical realm, you the one got the controller in your hand.
Facts.
The controller is in your hand. You put yourself into this sim game. The controller is in your hands.
Right. And that's
nobody else can control you.
Is shown on Apple TV.
Right.
They
and
put themselves in there.
And if your controller is that means you was hacked. You got hacked. If you being controlled by something else, that means your programming got hacked
by another player.
Yeah,
because that's basically what it's like.
You got hacked. That's crazy. You got hacked, man.
We ain't supposed to be worshiping no man out here. When you worship another man, you already got hacked.
You got hacked. Yep.
You already got hacked. You worshiping
programmer got
man.
hacked already. Yup. You got hacked.
You worshiping social media. You got hacked.
Took your
every
mind
day, niggas on these devices, like how the good old religious person pick up their spiritual book. Everybody pick up their phone, even more than those people picked up their spiritual book. So the phone is the new
religion.
Spiritual book.
Social media is the new religion.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
There's not a mother F on this earth can't go without their phone.
Facts. So we're inside of another whole metaverse and being distracted with the little things inside of that metaverse.
When you know a population can't go without the phone, that means we all collectively agreed on that.
Well, that's a apparent reality.
Nobody can lose their phone right now. You feel like you lost your life if you lost your phone right now.
Captain Obvious.
You know what I mean?
Metaphysicians are really Captain Obvious. We all Captain Obvious.
You know what I'm saying? So we already know.
All of us are Captain Obvious.
We collectively agreed on this system because
no
way in the world a nigga can go without his phone. You lose your mind right now. the phone be right next to you, and you still think you lost it a million times. Like, what the hell happened to my phone? You lose your mind. Niggas can't even go to the bathroom without their phone in their hand, bro.
Because we
This is the
poured
new
everything
religion, bro.
into it. We energetically, we poured everything into these phones energetically. Just like we poured everything into these human bodies energetically. And we actually think we're these human bodies until a reality hit us when we have to leave these human bodies. And then we realize, then we say, when that person's laying there lifeless, we say, oh, that's not really them. Nigga, that was never really them. And a nigga that's saying that ain't really you. Why is it different now? Because the nigga left. He left that vessel. You say, oh, that ain't him. Nigga, it wasn't him before.
Yeah, when you get to the nitty
That was
gritty
a
of it,
costume.
that was just that was
an avatar that the nigga hopped in.
Right.
How is this not reality yet to us? Why we still ain't faced that part of reality yet?
Yeah, keep that shit high.
And that's like we said, metaphysicians are Captain Obvious. We're Captain Obvious up here. But it's still something that we don't consciously think about.
Aware.
When a nigga died, they laid out in the casket, and you going up look like, oh, that definitely ain't him. Or that definitely ain't her. Nigga, it never was. They were just using that vessel temporarily just to do something here and then left. Like we all gonna do.
It's a game. Like I said, niggas.
How was that not even conscious yet?
The sim game is set up just like that. Like you're literally people that diehard sim players feed their sim character before they eat dinner in their own reality. You know what I'm saying? Like you sitting there feeding your sim game character all this food and shit, and you ain't even eating yourself. That's how it got you.
Bro, you even taking your sim game to the bathroom and you sitting there, you gotta pee.
Yeah.
And you letting your sim character pee before you pee.
Right, bro.
That's how bad it is out here now. But it's like that with the human shit too.
Yeah.
Our souls is wondering the same thing. Your soul trying to eat for real, but you worried about your human self.
Synthetic shit, yo.
It's the same shit. These metaphysics exist because to show us to teach us a lesson and for us to be conscious of what we're doing while we're doing it. And I know it's people in here right now. There's a lot of people that grasp the concept, but there's a lot of people who's going over their heads and they just can't see where we're coming from at all. It just sounds like crazy talk. It sounds like we're high, or it's just like crazy talk. But there's really no way they can challenge this because it's the truth. Nigga, when you die, you laid stiff, it's something that ain't in there no more. We all gonna have to acknowledge that one day.
Yeah, that's just the real.
Obviously, something left, nigga, and it left something behind. Yeah, so that means that was so that's like an astronaut going to the moon, and then all the moon beings thinking that the astronaut suit is the actual being, but it's just their suit. But when they go back into their ship, they take that shit off, and the real person start walking around. But if they were like moon creatures, the moon creatures will only see the outer suit and think that that's what they are. That's what those beings are.
The Avatar and shit. Remember, they was hopping in them Jones. They go to them pods. They go to sleep in. They wake up as the Avatar and shit.
Good question. Oh, that is a good question. Brooklyn Jump said, "How do you feed your soul in this reality? Through experiences."
That's
our soul. Our soul thrives off. Remember, we were telling you about Darwin. The Darwin thing, as far as evolution, where our soul evolves off of food for thought. If you ever heard that expression, food for thought. So our soul thrives off of the energy of experiences. Yeah. And it learns and it evolves from that. So the Darwin theory only applies to the soul. The soul is the only thing that's evolving. The physical is just an example of that, or just a metaphysical construct of that, and it's done through intelligent design. and it's actually done off of energy frequencies, but that'd be another whole live stream. And your energy frequency, everybody got their own energy frequency, and you can tell by your fingertips. Your fingertips, that little design on the end of your fingertips, that's your energy frequency. Everybody got a different one. That's another whole live stream, though.
Yeah, your footprint and your handprint, your
Right.
fingerprint. No one has the
Fact.
same identical fingerprint and footprints. Everyone
Right.
is born because that and birthmarks too. Because when you and that's the mark. When everyone talk about the mark of the beast is
Right.
us being the beast with the mark on our body. Everyone has born with a
Right.
birthmark, and it's always in a different spot. It's always
Right.
a different shape than the next person's is. Everyone is born with their own shaped birthmark.
So we're still in our animal cells right now. So if this was the Darwin theory to the soul, we're still in our animal state as humans. Because we're in the belly of the beast right now. The beast is the human.
Right.
The
That
beast is your
birthmark
human state
stamps us.
because it represents your animalistic state.
Spiritual stamping. That birthmark we born with. Everyone on this planet is born with a birthmark, and that's our spiritual stamp right there. That's
No,
the
you're
real
not
mark.
an ape.
That's the real
You're
mark
not
of
an
the
ape.
beast.
You're a
though.
cosmic being, and you're
That's the real
learning.
mark
But
of
your
the beast.
consciousness is in the form of a animal right now because you're on an animalistic level. If you can't admit that this human world is an animalistic level, then you are completely in denial. Your human self is completely animalistic. Your human self is literally the beast. The nature of a human is animalistic. And our consciousness is in this animalistic state. That's the beast. That's the ape, or in Darwin's theory. Right now, we're operating through animalistic impulses. We're currently
That's the
inside of an
animal
animal
state.
state right now.
The belly of the beast. I mean, when a lot of people talk about the belly of the beast, we're inside the belly of the beast. That's what we in right now.
Right.
And that represents the mother, the matrix. That's what the
Right.
matrix represents, the mother,
Facts.
the beast. You know what I'm saying?
The beast, yeah. The matrix is literally the beast. A pregnant, if you look up the origin of the word matrix, it says pregnant female animal.
Exactly. We in the belly
A
of the
pregnant
beast.
female animal is the word for the matrix. The old English word for matrix is pregnant female animal, y'all. We are inside the animalistic beast system, which is the human experience is animalistic. And what do we eat as humans? We eat animals.
Carnivores, herbivores,
from the animalistic plane of existence. We learn all our lessons from this animalistic place.
Yeah.
That's how the soul learns and evolve. Because you are what you eat. So we eating from this animalistic level, but we supposed to evolve and grow from that into the cosmic beings that we supposed to be. That's how a soul eats. Soul eats through energetic experiences that we have here in the animalistic level, which is we're inside of the womb of a cosmic being.
Fruits of the tree.
And it's the beast or the big fish.
Fruits of the tree. Each of those fruits is different experiences. Right here on Earth. That's why we talk about the fruits of our labor, and
Right.
Those the fruits that we're eating from, the fruits of our labors.
Well,
Real talk.
first of all, the human experience, the animalistic experience is killing something else so something else can live. That's all there is on this planet. Something have to die so we can live. That's the animalistic. We're inside of an animalistic construct where some energy have to be deducted so another energy can live. It don't work like that in the eternal realm, because everything emanates at a eternal energy frequency that goes on and on for eternity. So nothing have to feed off the other thing. But once you lessen that energy and capture and put it into a lesser reality, then it becomes a reality of an animalistic type of world. Because if you go out in nature and you look at how the animals eat out there, they eat each other to survive. Same thing with the humans. We eat each other to survive on so many different levels. Just look at how business is conducted. order to even become a billionaire these days, you gotta be cutthroat. It's a dog eat dog world. Y'all hear all these expressions all the time. It's just that y'all got to start understanding these concepts are transferable. All these concepts are transferable. I'm a little bit ahead of my time right now. I've been ahead of my time a long time. Eventually, everybody will catch up to this, and then the world is going to change because we realize we're all energy frequencies that's literally operating on this level to learn. Nothing really dies. Energy only transfers. That's why they hitting you with this ritual, with this Metropolis ritual, showing you how energy is transferred. Now, you can transfer energy into an animalistic state. You can transfer energy into a robotic state. You can transfer energy into a cosmic state. But it's
we at the bottom of
transferable.
the
It's
arc,
like
man.
the concepts are transferable because the concepts are energy themselves. I know I'm ahead. I'm probably like
We at the
200
bottom of the
years
arc,
early
bro.
right now. And it's okay. And I'm not judging anybody by not understanding what I'm saying. Everybody's not supposed to understand. But I bet you it's a few here that's being activated by what I'm saying right now. That realize, oh yeah, we are energy frequencies that's basically encapsulated into these physical vessels called the human body, which is an animalistic state. It's an animalistic state. This is an animalistic world. Look how barbaric the human nature is. How could you not know this is not an animalistic world yet? The human state itself is barbaric.
Yeah, exactly. A human take another person's life. That's animalistic.
Yeah, it's animalistic.
It's a survival. It's survival of the fittest on a human level. We know that it's animal. We live in an animal. If a human could take another person's life, you know what I mean, and we could do that here. We have the power to do that on the planet, as well as the animal in the jungle's got to can hunt down animals and kill them and eat them.
To eat, right?
Yeah. We at the bottom of the arc. Two of every animal. That we're the two of every animal.
Right.
The masculine and the feminine. We're at the bottom of the arc right now.
A lot of people don't.
We two of every kind right now. When the scriptures be talking about two of this and two of that, it's talking about us. The masculine and the feminine. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's how you gotta look at it. Yeah, that's how you gotta look at it when you on the, you know what I mean, on this level.
The human experience is an animalistic state, whether y'all want to believe it or not. The real you is not an animal. The real you is a cosmic energy that's eternal and is a part of a supreme being. But once your energy is encapsulated into this physical vessel, you become you don't become it, but you're observing it from it. You are in an animalistic world inside of an animalistic vessel, and your soul is participating in animalistic things through its human vessel. And whether people want to believe the shit or not, it's the truth. I mean, science can back that up, and spirituality can back that up.
Our own experience
can back that up.
Our own experience could back that up.
Right.
Just the human experience alone can back that up. We niggas eat meat. We eat things on the planet. You know what I mean?
We gotta kill things. Even when you eat, even when you're vegan, something
has
to die for you to eat. Even if you're vegan, something has to die for you to eat. That's an animalistic world. Something had to be sacrificed in order for something to live is the realm of the animalistic. And y'all ain't got to take this as face value. Y'all just do more research. I mean, niggas ain't got to believe anything we saying. But I mean, it's what we're saying is reality.
Yeah,
something had to die for something to live here.
That's like that's Captain Obvious. That's
bro. Everything we said here is Captain Obvious.
It's the human
everything
experience alone backs that up, backs everything up that you know what I mean, that we saying basically.
We know that these bodies are machines.
Everything we experience and we see is backed up by nature. Everything is backed
Anything
up by
that's
nature.
animalistic is mechanical. So the animal world is no different than the robotic world. Everything runs off of sophisticated systems. But in the spiritual realm, everything is chaos. There's no rhyme and reason in the spiritual realm. There's just constant flow. There's no structure. As soon as you add structure to something, it devalues it and it becomes mechanical. So anything that has structure to it becomes a machine. Because everything is just energy in its purest form anyway. This is science and spirituality together. They should have never been separated. It's the same thing. These concepts is explaining the same shit across the board.
And every religion, every spiritual system,
right,
still leads back to the one. Like it's one body. You know what I mean? It's one body. And in my father's house, there's many mansions. Those man's eons is us.
Right.
Those man eons, because that's what mansions mean. Man eons. Eons means forever. Energy flows forever.
And when the energy flows through a mechanical machine, like an electrical appliance, let's say a washer or a dryer, that energy takes the structure to run that particular machine. So your soul energy do the same thing when it enters the physical body, which is a basically like an electrical appliance.
Yeah.
And your soul energy is formless, just like electricity is formless. Electricity is formless. It don't have no form to it. What gives it form is when we enter it into electrical appliance and it have to run at a certain type of kilowatt or something like that. It's literally the same concept.
So basically our energy
concepts.
Yeah, basically it's set up like an electric company, like the Most High being the source, powering all these different powering all humanity on the earth. To be the same deal as electric company powering a whole city in a town, and all those houses and all those townships is connected to that power source. So it come, you know what I mean? It'd be like the form of an electric company. You know what I'm saying? That would be the physics representation of how we are connected to the source of the Most High, being metaphysics. So electric company being the physics, you know what I mean, and us being connected to the source of the Most High is the metaphysics. All still being powered, and it's powering many houses. That's why in my father's house there'll be many mansions, but the source is powering all these different houses. Each person represents a house.
Right. And they even show you that in when you do astrology and stuff like that. Your energy moves through different houses. And that's just keeping track of the cycle of how your soul is moving. It's just a cycle. It's just a cycle. Your energy is moving through the cycle of time. Just like electrical currents run through appliances. Yeah, your body is built mechanically. Our bodies is intelligently built. How the veins carry the blood and how the nerves and carry the electrical pulses. All of that is literally like a machine, because it is a machine. That's why when you go to the doctor's office, they find stuff wrong with you, just like when you take your car to the mechanic, they find stuff wrong with it just so they can charge you extra money.
And that's crazy. All the information is in the seed. You know what I mean? When that seed sprouts out, it becomes, you know what I mean? It becomes whatever that seed was programmed to be when it sprouts out. And that's what every human individual on this planet, every animal, every insect, everything starts with that seed. That's the seed of light that everyone is born from. Like that's crazy, bro. Like, yeah, I don't know how people separate science. They took spirituality and separated from science and created religion. That's
Well,
crazy to me.
the
Created
institutions push
religion.
that.
That's crazy to me. Separated them both and then created a religion out of that.
And education, the education system. The
And
religion on one
yep,
side, the education system on the other, and they
right.
created this division because they say science, they say God don't belong in science. Like when you any type of science, you're not supposed to use any type of spirituality, no type of spiritual concepts when you study in science in the educational system. And when you're in the churches, when you're in religion, they no science ain't usually welcome there, just faith and going off of just, you know what I mean, believing something with no evidence to back it up. That's how they cause the division, to keep you ignorant and in the dark. And most people fall for that and still continue to fall for that. Once you realize the science and the spirituality both line up, then you will understand who you really are, what we really are, where we came from, and where we going.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's the separation, y'all. We all still divided. Everybody, we divided on everything.
Even the most simplest shit on this
Right.
planet, we divided that.
Everything we do on this physical plane is a learning experience for the soul. Same thing when it's like we're playing an educational video game at this point.
Right. That's why I
Because your
said
soul is going to learn from it, but it's nothing here is really going to hurt your soul like they tell you. That's a lie.
Nothing's
That's
controlling
like your video game. That's like you saying your video game is going to hurt you in real life because you lost in the Sims game. It's going to hurt you. It's going to hurt your physical stuff. Yeah, it might hurt your pride and your ego because you lost in the game, but it ain't going to hurt you no other type of way.
Only if you let it.
Only if you let it. Like you carry around all day. Like, man, I can't believe he beat me in this.
Yeah, that shit ain't
I'm gonna get revenge on. Yeah, I'm gonna get revenge on him. Like, I can't believe this.
Right. Exactly. And that's just some to carry around some shit like that with you all day is childish.
It's petty.
At this point.
That's what your soul look at the human world as. This stuff
put away
is petty.
Childish things, yeah. Gotta put away childish things. All the stories and shit that's being told, like it's all means something higher. Like
right.
I think people still stuck in like
we are
nursery school and shit.
All of us are.
Yeah.
That's why we still on this human
like
animalistic level
like
right
now.
now.
Yeah. Like we stuck in like the elementary level.
We can't break out of this program. It's hard to break out of this program. And this goes to show you, once you get addicted to the metaverse, it actually becomes your identity. So these human forms that we have became our identities, and we think this is what we are originally still. So you'll look at the human form and think that the human form is a god when it's not. The human form is just a vessel or clothing.
This planet motherfucking addictive. Humanity is addictive as hell to the spiritual realm.
Right.
Nigga can't wait to get here. Nigga can't wait to get here. I'm telling you, boy. This shit is addictive.
And you know how gamers, they sit there and they play games for 23 hours straight, bro.
Hey,
with like 2 bathroom breaks and barely no food. So just imagine the soul going into the human game, which we're in, how addicted we are to this physical realm.
Right.
It's an addiction.
It's like a fiend-like spirit. A fiend-like spirit, man.
You got people who literally game for hours, bro. Hours.
Technically making humanity fiends to the physical realm.
I ain't even going front. When I was younger, I used to game for hours.
Hey, yo, let me get some more of that earth, man. Let me get some more of that earth rock, man.
And JR, you used to game. JR, you game for hours before too.
Let me sniff and smoke some of this earth rock, man.
We all game for hours.
Niggas love earth.
Who grew up in the gaming age. And the games is just another metaphysical construct that can be y'all gotta understand these concepts are transferable, y'all. Like it's just that's all it is. If you break it down to its rawest form, it's just concepts.
A nigga addicted to this planet.
We too stuck on the surface of things. We too stuck on the outside vessel. Like we're not like that's just like how it is when people marketing products and they package up the products in pretty little packaging because it seemed like people was more interested in the packaging than the stuff that's inside of it. It's like that's our natural programming as a human is to be more interested on the outside of the vessel than what's inside of it. If there were two different things there, you know what I mean, we would pick the one that looked the prettiest, even if it got crap inside of it. That's like a programming that the human mind, it's a very strong programming. That's how I know for sure.
It was created by
the original reality,
and then the collective consciousness agreed on it.
Right.
Because if these systems are set up by intelligent design, and we basically follow that same structure, my nigga, ain't no way. Hold on, ain't no way a nigga can say anything different. Let me see. Hold on, I just got fucked up. Let me see.
And the thing is, a lot of us can lie to ourselves and say, "Oh, we don't play the game," but we're in it now. The evidence is we're here now. We're here now.
Oh shit.
We're here now in these avatars playing this game on Earth. Yeah, and everything is set up like a game. You know how I know everything is set up like a game? There's all these empty houses out here that was bought up by big corporations, but it's a whole lot of homeless people out there. Why not just put the homeless people in all these empty houses?
They ain't playing the game for
because it's a game. Like, oh, you can't afford to because you can't afford to buy this or afford to stay here because it's a game. Like when you trying to love and get it because you ain't got enough money, it's a game. How is that not a game? Please tell me how is this not a game? Because if it wasn't a game, then it wouldn't be all these homeless people out there.
That's why brother Gregory kept saying it's a game.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's a game. I understand why he kept saying it's a game. Because this shit is structured just like a game.
It don't make no sense rebelling.
Because
Brooklyn be asking some good questions. Brooklyn Jump be asking some good questions. He basically asking, so rebelling from the system or program is a good thing? Is a good thing? It's up to you. I mean, some people want to play this game, and I'm not judging them.
Yeah.
But we just bringing the awareness that it is one.
Yeah, just to be aware of it.
Rebelling against the system with the system, that's not going to make sense. Everything you rebel against down here, you got to use the system to rebel against it. When you rebel against something, you got to rebel against it from the inside out. The outside actions don't really matter. It's all about where your consciousness is moving to. Your energetic self is moving to. Even if you look like you're doing the human robotic stuff on the outside, your inner self is like, this is bull crap. I don't want to play this game anymore. Eventually, your energy is going to rise up out of here. So on some level, we're willingly doing this to ourselves. On some level. Like JR said earlier, we collectively chose this. We collectively chose this, and we're actively choosing it now because that's why we're here.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be here if we wasn't actively choosing it.
Yeah, our existence at this particular time, right now, is not here by coincidence.
Right. And let's be real, nothing can really trap you anywhere.
No.
unless you giving your unless you
Unless you're
giving your
giving
consent.
your cosmic consent. Yeah.
Right.
You gave it your cosmic consent to come here.
Yeah. That's another thing we're trying to get through to y'all. Like this is we're powerful beings that move in and out of different physical realities.
The
And
energy
another
source.
receipt of that is your dreams.
Yeah.
Your dreams are other realities. They just
that's
not
why
as solid as this one.
that's why sex is so powerful. It's able to create life. So sex is a part of that heaven that we all say we're going to heaven. We're going to heaven. Yeah, sex is where we draw that energy from to create life. The heavens is within. The scriptures tell you that the heavens is within. So we're bringing life forward from that heaven within and bringing it to this reality through the mother, through the matrix, through the matrix, through the mother. The matrix represents the woman's womb.
Right.
That's what the matrix is, the woman's womb. That's the portal we all bring
Well,
our monkey
specifically, the
through.
matrix is a synthetic version of the actual womb. Because you gotta think the matrix is still a mechanical construct.
Yeah.
Which means it's not the original, which means that's even a copy.
That energy spark, that light that brings forth through sex, that creates life, that's where that light come from. That spark. It's like a spark plug, like putting
right.
You know what I
Or
mean?
combustion, like that starts the engine up. That's the Big Bang Theory.
And our cosmic asses is traveling through those spark. That's why our asses is here. We chose to come here through the mother and the father. That energy being drawed up between them two. And that's a ritual. That's a spiritual ritual right there. Sex is a spiritual ritual.
Right.
So rituals can't be all bad. See, people look at rituals and just think that's a bad thing to that. Nah, it's spiritual rituals with sex. That's how all of our asses got here through a ritual.
Rituals are concepts, period, that we repeat over and over again.
Every existence that come on this planet is done through the ritual.
Brushing your teeth is considered a ritual. Because you're supposed to do it every morning and night. That's a ritual. Bathing is a ritual.
Right.
Like sometimes as metaphysicians, we become Captain Obvious.
So people don't really look at that as bringing forth life. That sex bringing forth life. That's why you just can't be going out here and just wasting your life everywhere. And that's what's happening. Motherfuckers is overexerting themselves and draining the shit out their light. That shit weighs down.
This new culture, it's not a new culture, but this culture that's developing where you just waste all your light out there.
Yeah. Right.
And then get hooked onto synthetic lights. All of us are hooked onto synthetic lights. Every last one of us. You know how I know we all we all hooked in synthetic lights? Because we all on a device right now.
Yep.
That's literally the receipt. We're all on a device right now, which is synthetic light.
And broadcasting.
Right.
This live stream is broadcasting.
We're broadcasting.
Right, I mean, everything that's project from the spiritual realm into this physical realm is a projection. That's what broadcasting is. So if you have to gotta take that to a higher meaning, that broadcasting, our asses right now is being broadcasted on Earth. That's what's happening right now. Our asses is being broadcasted on Earth.
Facts. And what we doing? We being broadcasted on Earth.
Can't be all that shit can't be all bad. Yeah, it can't be all bad because what we doing? We spell words and our asses being broadcasted on Earth, and we spell words.
That's exactly what we doing, broadcasting. Like we broadcasting ourselves from the cosmos down into this physical realm. So we're streaming.
Right.
So our energy is streaming. So they even got the metaphysics of streaming from a layer of the cosmic reality, because energy streams throughout the cosmos, and when it's captured into things, it turns into worlds. So this is literally a live stream. Like your soul energy being broadcasted into the physical vessel and expressing itself on this physical plane is a live stream or a broadcast.
A broadcast, yep.
Right. Like
And
these
we
concepts are
looked up to
transferable.
it. Yeah.
That's how they're able to create technology based off of that concept.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the camera is a construct of the eyeball.
Yep. With a lens.
And the eyeball is the construct of how the energy portals and everything, as you can see, when these rituals that these celebrities do on stage, the portal that's behind them always looks like an eyeball. Because there's a cosmic eye.
That's
the cosmic eye that's
everything we
attached
see
to the mind of God.
and projecting everything we see around us. Our
Right.
very existence is being projected.
Right.
And our eyes, our two eyes is to witness.
Facts.
To witness
Two
that.
witnesses. Facts.
Yeah.
The left eye, which represents the left-hand path, and the right eye, which represents the right-hand path. Then you got the eye in the middle, which represents the Christ energy, which is your soul seed that's growing inside the subconscious mind, which is the dirt, which represents the dirt.
A seed, they were to sprout out and
Right.
create our human asses. Everything that was programmed into that seed, it sprouted out to be what we are now. Same thing if like a mustard seed. A small as all that information that's plant, that's programmed into that seed to be whatever it's going to be when it sprouts out. That's powerful, bro. That's powerful as hell.
Everything starts off like that. Humans
Right.
start off like that. Insects start off like that.
Seed. Yep.
Everything that's created start off like that. Businesses start off like that. Empires start off like that.
The seed of thought, and that's what we
Yeah.
call the seed of thought.
Yeah, the seed of thought. Facts. And that's what you apply the Darwin theory to that. Because that's what evolves. Because the Darwin theory is evolution. So your soul is going through that evolution, which basically is the concept is transferable to a seed that's growing in the dirt. And it's constantly being watered. Sunlight have to shine on it. You know what I'm saying? And it have to remain planted in the deep, dark soil, which is it got to be fertilized soil. The soil have to be fertilized, just like the womb have to be fertilized. When you're having through conception, the womb have to be fertilized. The dirt have to be fertilized. The seed have to be entered. Same thing with your mind. Your subconscious mind have to be creative. That's fertilized. Creativity and fertilization is the same thing. The concepts are transferable, y'all. A fertilized mind bring forth life. A fertilized womb bring forth life. A fertilized field bring forth life. When you add a seed in it, it's the same concept. Captain Obvious. We Captain Obvious, bro.
Captain Obvious. That's like a
character. Captain Obvious, bro.
Captain Obvious.
It's just obvious, bro. We was born into the apocalypse. The apocalypse started as soon as life started. You realize everything that starts off as life start dying as soon as it's brought into life down on this animalistic level?
Yep.
If you leave a piece of broccoli out on a countertop for a week, eventually it's going to start deteriorating. When you put it there as a fresh piece of broccoli, it always start off as a fresh piece of broccoli, but then eventually it start deteriorating as soon as you put it on the countertop. Everything goes by that here. Everything goes by that same law. So as soon as that thought enter into reality, it joins the apocalyptic times. So the apocalyptic times is always happening.
Right.
Because it's a natural decay. If it's not the original energy, there's going to be a natural decay so it can return back to its natural state. Because the broccoli is just going to return back to the earth because that's its natural state. Your soul is going to return back to the cosmos because that's its natural state. Your physical body is going to return back to the earth because that's its natural state. Everything returns back to its own natural state, which is the eternal. Everything's going to return back to its natural state. And that's metaphysics right there. Everything. So when they talk about the apocalyptic times, the revelations, the end, everything that comes into the life is already born into apocalyptic times.
All right. And on that note, shoot, we want.
Right.
All right. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man, and subscribe to this channel. This was definitely a fire live stream. Keep the information going.
Facts.
The awareness is more so the awareness.
Worshiping anything outside of, you know what I mean? The most
God hit him with it.
insane.
God hit him with it.
Hit him with it. Y'all already know what you about to hit him with. Stop it, y'all. Stop worshiping.
Stop worshiping celebrities so much. Just don't listen, pay attention. That's what they say. So we got Ja Rule on the phone. What Ja Rule thinks at a time like this, nigga, this is ridiculous. When bad shit happens to me, I'll be in the crib like, oh my God, this is terrible. Could somebody please find Ja Rule, get hold of this motherfucker so I can make sense of all this.
Somebody, hold on. Somebody want to know. Somebody said, oh, please, before you go answer this question, what's the question? Let me scroll up.
Oh, yeah, get the
Hey,
question.
Miller, is cremation bad? I don't know. Why would you? I don't know. Why would you think cremation is bad? Tell me a reason why you think cremation is bad. Because I never heard.
He's asking, is cremation bad? Is cremation bad?
Yeah, well, I don't even know. I never heard that it would be bad. What would it be bad for?
Nah, cremation ain't bad. I guess that's the simple answer you can get. Cremation ain't bad.
I mean, it depends on the person, I guess. If a person didn't wish to be cremated and they got cremated, I guess it would be bad for that person.
Yeah, it ain't. There's no like a rule of cremation or that you have to follow whether cremation is bad or not bad.
Right.
There's nothing put in place there that we have to follow. That's like pretty much a choice that you have to make on your own.
That's basically like asking, do you like to eat the whole fruit or you like it in smoothie form?
Yeah.
It's like, nigga, that's a preference. Whatever you want.
Right.
Whatever you want to do.
Right. That's Coke and Pepsi at this point.
Spiritually?
Nah, that don't really mean nothing.
Now, contrary to popular belief, there's nothing that you can do here that's going to really hurt your soul, your eternal self, on a physical level, y'all. I'm trying to tell you, this physical world ain't shit to your soul. It's nothing. No. This is a little speck of time. Don't mean shit to your soul. It's a meal. Your life experiences is a meal to your soul.
You ain't going to hell for eating a ham sandwich, man.
Now, if you look at the concept of eating pig, and if you take that to a higher level, a conscious level, now pig, they basically all their toxins and stuff stay inside their body. They barely sweat it out. They have other ways of releasing toxins, so that's not 100% true. But if you see how pig operate, how it just hold on to toxins and all that and get infected with worms and all, you're not supposed to move like that consciously. Like your mental state is not supposed to be that of a pig's. So it's different, it's levels to it. And when you're on the human list,
humanistic level and you sitting there and you reading the scriptures and you taking everything for face value, you're not gonna eat that physical pig. It's bad to you right now. Even though that eating that physical pig ain't gonna do nothing to your soul ain't even eating that pig. Your physical body is. Your physical body is gonna poop it out. It's not doing nothing to your soul, but the concept of how the pig is in nature, how dirty it is, how it keeps itself dirty, how it stays around dirt and filth and don't like cleaning itself and all that type of stuff. You're not supposed to live like that with your soul, as far as your soul energy is concerned, and your mental state is not supposed to be like that. So this is when you read those scriptures from these different spiritual systems or these different religions, those scriptures are written to mean multiple things on higher levels.
Right.
On higher levels. Now, people will say you are what you eat, but you gotta understand you're not these human bodies. The only thing you take with you, the only thing your soul take with it is experiences. It don't take the human body, it don't take physicality with it. It takes experiences with it. Lessons. It don't take the physical with it though. And like I said, these lessons are transferable concepts that your soul, when your soul ingests these concepts, it ingests it as food in a different way, but it's not a physical thing. It's like food for thought is a mental thing, because the mental world is what connects the spiritual to the physical, is the mental plane of existence. So if you ate a ham sandwich, if you're Muslim and you ate a ham sandwich and you saying it's halal, I mean, it's not halal, that it's haram to eat a ham sandwich, you think your eternal soul is going to get cast into the lake of fire because you ate a ham sandwich, you got some more studying to do.
Yeah.
Even though, I mean, physically, if you want to live out that ritual, not eating ham sandwich, you think pig is dirty and nasty and is a dirty animal, that's fine. That's all good. Don't eat it. Nobody shouldn't judge you for not wanting to eat no pig. But your soul is not going to burn for eternity for eating a ham sandwich. I'm sorry, it's not. That means you got more studying to do.
Fairy tale-ish. And
that's all that.
Not only that, and not only that. I mean, tell you the truth, if you think you in your mind, if you think a ham sandwich is going to sentence you to hell, then that maybe you're going to go there because that's where your mind is telling you to go. You at wherever your mind is at. So if your subconscious is buried, your subconscious telling you that you're going to go to hell for eating a ham sandwich, then you putting yourself there. You're manifesting that in your mind saying, I'm going to go to hell for eating this ham sandwich.
Bro,
that's on you.
Imagine?
That's your mind that got you there. So
could you imagine you in hell burning for eternity?
For a ham sandwich.
Ask you what you here for, and you say because I ate a ham sandwich.
For a ham sandwich, bro.
Because I just kept eating ham sandwiches, and I was so addicted to the ham, and I just keep eating ham sandwiches, and now I'm in hell now. But like Allah sent me to hell because I kept eating ham sandwich. I just couldn't get over it. I just kept craving a ham sandwich.
Yeah, that's crazy,
bro. Do you know how crazy that is? Like they describe hell as like a burning furnace forever. Like you just sitting there burning. There's nothing you can do. Just
gnashing of the teeth.
So gnashing of the teeth, burning, and you there because of a ham sandwich, my G. You there because you kept getting pepperoni on your pizza. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me, bro. I still can't comprehend that. I could only comprehend that on a level that it was meant to be comprehended on. It's a mental state. Don't feed your mental state, pig. Don't dirty up your mental state. Have it rolling around in the dirt, getting dirty and remaining dirty.
Yup.
And not being able to expel toxins as well as other animals do.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yep.
There's spiritual judgment that we bring on ourselves. There's hells we create for ourselves spiritually.
Yeah. Like
there's judgment.
The judgment is the judgment that you put on yourself through this life experience. Fact. You only could judge yourself at the end.
Right.
You understand? Your individual experience, you're the one that's the judge of your own individual experience here on this
Like
on
you
Earth.
said, if you believe a ham sandwich is going to send you to hell, your judgment of yourself eating a ham sandwich, you going to hell, buddy.
Is
You are
so
going to hell. You are going to go to hell for eating that ham sandwich because that's what you believe in all your hearts of heart.
yeah, you only could judge yourself at the end, bro.
You going to hell for that ham sandwich, buddy. Ordering that
No one else,
pepperoni on that
and
damn pizza. What's wrong with you?
yeah, and no one else has the power to condemn you to hell neither. So that's right there is
religion don't even teach that.
Right, the two accounts right there.
Religion don't even teach that. We do it all the time in religion, but religion don't teach that another member can ban another one to hell and say you going to hell. We don't know if a person going to hell for sure, even within the religious world. You still don't know.
You can't trespass.
We love putting hell. We love putting hell on people.
Can't do it.
Religious folks love putting hell on people. Quick to say somebody going to hell until it's their family member that they love so much that passed away, and they don't want to believe that they could have went to hell. Did they go to hell? It's like this hell talk is crazy. This hell talk is crazy when we already in hell, called Hades, Sheol, the grave.
Grave. Everything dies here. That's the grave.
Right. We already in hell.
That's what the skulls and bones represent.
Earth is literally considered a part of Hades.
Right.
Or the grave.
Right. That's what the skulls and bones represents. The grave.
Food choices, whatever your soul is telling you to eat at the moment, and whatever your human body is telling you to eat at the moment is what I guess you're supposed to be eating. If you're able to eat it with a clear conscience and you feel like it's doing your body good, then that's what you're supposed to be eating. You can't really judge a man on what he eat.
You only could judge
I've seen plant-based individuals, or some of the plant-based individuals are the nastiest people on the planet, but they think because they eat only plants that their mind is clear, and but they're not. A lot of them are not nice people. It's a lot of people. But I'm not saying that they're all like that. But you would expect that different from tree huggers and all that. You would think that they would be more welcoming and friendly. So you can't really judge anybody on what they eat. We can't judge anybody on what they eat. I've seen people from all different types of diets are a-holes. Everybody from all different types of religions are a-holes. People from all different types of cultures and nationalities, I don't care what it is, are a-holes. So I don't really think we should judge people on what they eat. We should judge people on their actions in that current time. And then even then, don't even take that too serious. Just stay away from people. Don't judge them at all, and not be in a way to where they can judge you. Simple as that.
Yeah, gotta judge. Only thing you can do is judge your own actions.
Hell yeah. Man, people get judged on what they eat all the time. I'm gonna be honest with you. The most of the time I hear people getting judged is people who eating meat and the people who think it's animal. You can't kill an animal. You're killing animals to eat. Like, I mean, people was getting judged for killing animals to eat. So now I don't agree with abusing animals at all. That's another whole level. There's ways of raising animals to eat that's not abuse.
That's why I say I don't like that corporation meat. I'm telling you, that corporation meat is
that corporation meat.
Not, yeah, that shit is, that corp. Yeah, that I'm gonna be honest.
That industry cow, that cash cow. The corporation meats.
You're right.
Oh man, that's wild. Yeah, those celebrities, they gotta eat that corporation meat in order to excel in their career. So
yeah, that meat ain't being raised right. That's why it's throwing everyone off, because that corporation shit ain't being raised right.
Right.
Most of that shit is clone meat. It's laboratory meat.
But
That
not
shit
just
ain't.
the meat though, bro. The vegetables is the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, the
The
vegetables
vegetables
is
is GMO
altered.
and they
The
being
GMO.
sprayed.
Yeah, them
Right.
shits is altered. They
Right.
don't even
And the
produce
animals are being altered
seeds.
too. Clone.
Yeah. Like the
Clone
vegetables.
chicken meat.
Them vegetables don't even produce no more seeds or nothing. It's
Facts.
just grown one time and that's it. Shit synthetic basically, man.
Facts. Facts.
Yeah, I can't do
everything's
it.
synthetic here in America. Yeah, everything is synthetic. So if we talking about foods, they talking about you shouldn't eat pig and you shouldn't eat this if you're religious. Yeah, but what about all that genetically modified cloned animal meat?
Yeah, laboratory meats.
I mean, would you eat a natural pig that came with this world, like a wild boar? Because all right, we know the domesticated pig is mixed with different things. But I'm talking about a warthog or a wild boar. Would you eat a wild boar, or would, knowing you don't eat pig, or would you rather eat a clone chicken,
Right.
or a genetically modified clone tomato? Like, what are you choosing? The natural wild boar that's been rummaging through the forest, or are you gonna eat the genetically modified chicken meat, the clone meat? Well, I would feel like the genetically modified clone chicken meat would be haram, even more than the pig. I guess they would be equal if you judging by that measure. But yeah, you don't eat the pig because you're religious, but you would eat the clone chicken meat. So is cloning allowed in the Quran? Is cloning allowed in the Bible? Eating clone meat?
Nah.
If we gonna think by those perimeters.
Nope.
And those measurements, because that's man playing God, so that's nothing but the devil. So religious standpoint, man playing God, cloning animals, and genetically modifying fruit and vegetables. So is that not haram or a sin? If we judging by those measures, so I guess we could go on argument for days with these debates.
That's why there's really no debating.
They're
That's
pointless.
why nature's in
Because
place.
it's not talking about physical food.
Right.
If there's something physically that determines whether we go into hell or not, then we all going to hell. Because there's no way you escaping this physical place being perfect. I don't care what religion you in. Ain't enough forgiveness in the world, because you're going to keep committing the same sins over. And once you get over one sin or haram, you're going to be in another one right away.
Yeah,
They just going to keep coming nonstop.
Make sure you hit that like button. We just hit the 2-hour mark.
We about to be up out of here,
17 minutes ago.
Hey man, let's pass the Cash App collection plate around on that side.
Yeah,
this is
right.
like Sunday service around here.
Yeah, definitely hit the Cash App if y'all want to donate to us, please, because this channel is not monetized. So any donation, we could definitely use any donations. You know what I'm saying?
Or you can support the shops.
Or support the shop.
Yeah. Still 25% off on the CBD.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We got some hair care, skincare products. You know what I'm saying? The body butters and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. We put 2 hours. Wow, 2 hours and 17 minutes on this joint.
Yeah.
It's so many gems we dropped in this live stream. Y'all niggas can go back and watch this 3 or 4 times to get this information out.
Facts.
And then don't just believe the information. Actually research. Just look it up.
I got hit him with
just look at the reality of it. Right.
I got hit him with old head just for that, man. Because y'all already know.
That's because you don't have the information.
Okay.
Huh? Just public. All you got to do is go look it up. Huh? Okay. I didn't come here to find out what you think.
No, I'm just asking.
No, you didn't. You say you thought. I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
So when I don't want to hear what you thought, I saw the check, nigga. Huh? So I got to sit in what you thought. Who cares? Huh? That's all I'm saying.
I